continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Agriculture Department has assured the public of enough food supply for the rest of the year, despite the rise in prices of some food products. Shyla Francisco joins us live from Makati for more details. Hi, Shyla. What do you have for us?
Sean, consumers and even retailers were surprised by the increase in the prices of vegetables. In the markets recently this week, the cost of vegetables went up by at least 20 pesos based on the monitoring of the Agriculture Department. Affected vegetables include ampalaya, pechay, eggplant, tomato, cabbage, broccoli, and cauliflower. Retailers attributed this to the rainy season, which has affected the production of the said goods. The DA is now coordinating with its regional offices to ensure that movement and distribution of food will not be restricted, as this could also affect supply and prices in markets. Meanwhile, prices of pork also rose by 10 pesos per kilo. Retailers are blaming the cost of feeds, which according to them has bumped up hog prices. While local pork prices are not going down as expected, the DA said they are expecting prices to stabilize with more imported pork entering the market. Here in Kalayaan, Talipapa Market, more consumers are buying eggs instead since it's cheaper. The price of eggs decreased by 10 pesos per tray. As for rice, the DA is aiming at 93 to 95% sufficiency level, as they note a 9% growth in the production of rice during the first quarter. Sean, overall, the DA sees that food supply will be enough until the end of the year, taking into account the imports and the improved local production. Sean?
Thank you for that update and stay safe. That was Shyla Francisco reporting to us live from Makati. And in other news, Manila Mayor Isko Moreno stands by his decision to allow walk-in vaccination in his city. Moreno explained that online scheduling will only result in low turnout, as observed yesterday. The Manila mayor said that he plans to open additional inoculation sites and tap more medical interns to administer the shots. The health department has maintained that pre-registration is important to avoid overcrowding on the ground.
And scheduling will never, ever work. If the objective is by September, we get 70%. Because it only produces a few, and 80% hindi dumarating.
Meanwhile, the Interior Department has directed local government units to prepare for the arrival of another round of Pfizer's vaccines. Interior Secretary Eduardo Año told LGUs to coordinate with the Health Department, noting the sensitive storage requirements of Pfizer's jab. Recall that the government signed a deal with the U.S. drug maker for some 40 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines. The jabs from Pfizer will be arriving in tranches starting August. FDA Director General Eric Domingo urged the public to get inoculated regardless of vaccine brand in order to protect themselves against the highly contagious Delta COVID variant. Domingo said that all kinds of COVID shots can protect Filipinos against the Delta variant despite their varying efficacy levels. For instance, Pfizer is said to have 88% efficacy rate against the Delta strain, while AstraZeneca has a 60% efficacy rate against the variant that was first detected in India.
All over the world, there are now 18. May nadagdag po kasi this week na isang vaccine. Pero sa Pilipinas po, we have approved 8 vaccines po for emergency use authorization. And vaccine expert panel, meron po pong tinitingnan ngayon na 2 pa pong possible vaccine clinical trial. So lahat naman po ng bakunang ito, wala naman pong nawawalan completely ng visa, even with the Delta variant.
Meanwhile, vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr. said that more vaccines will be arriving before the end of the month. And this is expected to help the government ramp up its vaccination or vaccine distribution rate, along with the government supply deal for the procurement of 40 million Pfizer shots.
We have reached 8 million mark last Friday. We have already received 14,205,870 vaccines. We are expecting to receive 4 million more before the end of the June.
We're going to pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Stay tuned. watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Education Department has withdrawn its request to resume limited face-to-face classes. This comes after President Duterte rejected the agency's proposal last night, saying he will only allow classes to resume once the country achieves herd immunity. Education Secretary Liling Briones initially identified 1,900 schools which can conduct limited face-to-face classes. This number has been brought down further to 100 to limit interactions amid the pandemic. However, Briones said that she accepts the president's supposed wisdom on the matter.
Dito sa face-to-face, I think I am not inclined to agree with you. I'm sorry, but mahirap. I cannot gamble on the health of the children. I hope you'd understand.
Golfer Juvic Pagunsan becomes the 13th Filipino athlete to qualify for the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. In a Facebook post, the Philippine Sports Commissioner PSC congratulated Pagunsan for the feat. Pagunsan is also the 2021 Japan Golf Tour's Mizuno Cup champion. Meanwhile, qualifiers for the women's golf tournament will be announced next week, with U.S. Open champ Yuka Saso and Bianca Pagdanganan expected to make the cut. And Gilas Pilipinas is all set to play Asian powerhouse China in a friendly match as part of their preparations for the FIBA Olympic qualifiers. Kai Soto and Ange Kwame are shoe-ins for the lineup, with Coach Tab Baldwin announcing that he'll be sticking with the current pool for the qualifiers. Gilas will be playing host country Serbia and the Dominican Republic in Group A of the qualifiers in Belgrade later this month.
We're leaving on the 24th, going straight to Belgrade na sa Serbia na. And we have a practice game with China on the 23rd. Konti pahinga lang, it's back to the grind.
One spot for the Olympics is at stake in each of the 4 Olympic qualifying tournaments. With this, the team is looking at the long-term effects of these preparations for the entire Gilas program.
We don't really want to focus on the result, we want to focus on the process. Ang focus namin is getting these guys to be ready and become a solid team, to perform well. And then if we happen to win, parang that's a bonus na lang.
For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.